Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Jerush here. I'm just, checking to set up this episode this morning. Is quarter past 8 here in Johannesburg. So, as I promised last time, we went through the first part of these successive episodes. Today, this is going to be the second episode. So, in this last time, I just did an introductory presentation of the work that we are going to perform today. I told you about, a little bit about my background. I touched a little bit, some different points, concerning the software we're going to use, the type of work we are going to perform, and the scale of the project. So we are going to use ArchiCAD. That's what I said last time, and the work stationery will be the Mac. We're going to use this Mac of mine. We're going to use it. I was thinking on using the Windows, but because the scale of the project is not that huge, then I came out with the decision to use the Mac. Today we are going to start with the project now. So without further ado, let me open ArchiCAD. There is ArchiCAD. So when you double click on the ArchiCAD button, this is the first interface of ArchiCAD that appears in front of your screen. So it's like a welcoming page that appears. So in this page, as you can see, we have the new button here. We have the browse button, new if you want to start a new project, a browse if you have already a project that is on your stationery, or your laptop. There's somewhere in your specific folder. Then you can browse, go look for the file, and only that you will be able to open it. Then there is a teamwork. This involves a lot of people working together on one project. So you can have your way through if you know that it's one project and there are different people working on it in a different department. You all can collaborate, using the button team using the team button, right? Click the teamwork, then you go. To cut the story short, I'm going to double click on the project that we're going to work, which is COTS 2. I'm going to double click on it. It's going to open. There is the project. It's opening. I think I have a lot of windows that are open. Let me just shut down some findings. Let me just close it. Let's come here and see. Great. Though it's not closed completely, at least it will keep things going. I want to have it won't take a lot of memory. So what do I have open here? Let me close even Chrome. Close this Chrome thing. What else I will close here? I think that's all. Yeah. So ArchiCAD will open. Let's give it a few minutes. There it is. It's opening. So once you open ArchiCAD, this is the first interface that's gonna be displayed. The thing is, I customize it a little bit. Yours might look different than mine. Just know that I've already customized mine. Based on the work. Not all of it, but especially these tools, these tools, these two ribbons, I've already customized them, Okay, so this is interface. So you're gonna have your elevation, on your working plan here. On your left side there will be the toolbar. These are the toolbars. It helps you to work. You can see the the objects, morphing, doors, windows, curtain wall. So you have the view tool, which is the section elevation, interior elevation. You have details. You have the worksheet tool, and you have cameras. If you want to set a camera, or you want to render a specific side of your building, you have to set a camera first. So on the other side, we having other tools as well, such as the project map. This gives you the different projection of your project, as a section, the different stories, the elevations, the interior elevations. So each views that you open, it will be listed here. Each views that you open, all those views, they will be listed here. I'm even having schedule. When did I import this? Oh, I don't even remember. Okay, it's fine. You have a schedule, of your project. So okay, I set up my stories like this. Now we're gonna have a foundation, we're gonna have a plinth, we're gonna have a ground floor, and a roof. As simple as you can see it. Just a simple thing, because the client, based on the budget, didn't really want to spend a lot on this project, because it's obviously very small scale. I just kept it really simple. So okay, I'm not okay. I will take you through some of the tools that we are going to use right now on this software, and I think I'm not gonna resume. Please mark my word. Just keep my word the way it is. Keep it intact. I didn't say I'm gonna resume. I said I'm gonna take you through the software. Just tipping up a few tools that are going to help you to start. That are going to help you, to do something. Don't think that you're gonna become a pro in one day. It's not gonna work, and it's impossible. Because ArchiCAD, it's a complex software. A complex in where, depending on what are you using it for, which kind of problem are you solving, how far are you willing to go with the software for you to solve that issue that you are facing. What is the vastness of your project? So the thing is, you can do a lot of things with ArchiCAD, but in the same way, again, on YouTube, I remember it was yesterday, I read a title, like the guy was resuming a software, That's so funny. How can you resume something that you didn't create? I wonder. I wonder. And he says, I know. Okay. I'm not gonna give the full title, because we. I like peace. So it says, resume in this much minute. Like in 20 minutes. Let's say in 15 minutes. How can you resume a software, a tool that helps you fix and solve a different category of problems? How can you resume? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe guys, you tell me, because personally, it doesn't make sense. You cannot resume something you didn't create. Only the owner can resume it. He knows the in and out of that thing. And the thing is, far beyond a software that is so complex. How can you resume it? I wonder. Tell me, what? I'm gonna give you tips and tricks, for you to start working with this software. Maybe let's say Vectorworks, Lumium, let's say Inventor, Solid Edge. Yeah, I'll give you tips and tricks for you to start. Or these are the different primordial commands that you can use for you to start with the software. Give me a title like that, but don't give me a title to say that this software I'm going to resume it in this type of minutes. No. That is a lie. Yeah, no two questions about it. It's a lie. So you cannot resume software. You're not the owner of it. The complexity of it, only the owner knows. Give us tips and tricks. give us, a preview of your knowledge, how you started. Give us what you have. Don't tell us that you're going to resume it. No, that's a lie. So let's stop that. Let's give honor to those who work hard to make it, on the market. So what I'm gonna do, and even if when you check the meaning of that word resume, I don't know. Okay, let's stop there. So what's gonna do first here, the first thing to do here is to set up your stories when you open ArchiCAD. This is what I do. I mean, this is what I do. The first thing I do is to set up my stories here. Okay, for you to reach your stories, I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I want to go step by step. I'm giving you just tips. Oh, okay. The first way to open, your stories here, I mean, to set your stories here, your different stories, it's very simple. You come to design here. You see this this menu, because this is the menu bar. We have the menu bar here. There will be an information about that will display here. This is the working interface. So you come on the menu bar here. There's this menu called design. You click on it. You have over story settings here. It says story settings or command 7. When you click on command 7, then you'll be able to open this. So you click on, let's click on it. Here are your different levels. Here are your different stories. So to me here, there's a foundation, there's a plinth, there's a ground floor, and a roof. You will say, okay, Jerry, you know why from ground floor I need a floor? You just come here on your left corner. It's written insert above. So I'm going to insert a new story above my ground floor once I click here. When you click here, you have a new story. I can give it a name, blah 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 blah. There is the name of my story, because I don't need it. What I have, it's enough. It's what I want. It's gonna come here on your middle center. When it's written delete story, it's gonna click it. Says delete. The story is gone. I can insert a story above or beneath or below, right? If I click on insert below, you see that story will be inserted below the roof. Because what I did, I selected the roof and I said, okay, from my roof I want to insert a below story. Let's say maybe a second floor or first floor. You click there, it will then give the name, blah 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 blah. There we have it. You have your story. You don't need to do it. So I'm gonna delete it and say okay. I'll say okay. So let's go back to ground floor. Okay, we are, soon as you choose your story here, it will automatically reflect on your interface. It's gonna open a plan specifically to this story. So there it is. So we are here after setting up your stories. The next thing what I mostly do is to check my layers. To open your layers, you click on Command L or Command L on the Mac or Control L on the Windows. So once you tap that combination, this window will be displayed in front of you. It's separated in two sides, maybe three. Let's call it three, because we have a one here, layer combinations, we have a layers here, and we have a modification side of it. These modificative buttons, these editing buttons, they help you to do any activities. So mainly we have it subdivides only or it's subdivided into two portions. We have the layer combinations and you have the layers. So mine here, I've already worked it through. I set new layer combinations, and I set new layers. As you can see right now, there are new layers that I've put there according to the scale of the project. So how do you then build up, your layer combination? You see that on your on the bottom here, on the bottom here side, of your layer combinations, there's new and delete. And there's even update in the middle here, as you can see here. If you click on new, you'll be able to give a name to your new layer combination. It's even written new layer combination. So you'll be to give a name to your new layer combination. So I can say blah 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 layer combination, this and that, that's it. Then when I click OK, it will take it into consideration and display my new layer combination. Let's click on it. There is. You can see here my new layer combination here, really Yankee, right? Little mix. So this is my new layer combination. So if I want to delete this layer combination, I click on it, then I click delete. Okay, you ask me, but Jerry, there's a gray button right in the middle between the new button and the delete button. How does it work? It's very easy. You see, I'm on this freaky layer combination that I created. You go on your right side where the layers are. If you change anything on this side of layers, it will have a repercussion on your layer combination. So let's say on this layer combination, the hidden layer, it's closed. So I say, okay, I'll decide to open this hidden layer. Once I click on this kind of eye, but it's a button. When you click on it, it's open, it opens. Once you click on it, it opens up and closes. So I'm gonna click on it for it to open because it's closed. When I click on it, it opens. You see that automatically my update button is no more grayed out, right? It's not now activated. So for this layer combination, once I open the hidden button, ArchiCAD will ask me to update the hidden layer that I've opened based on my layer combination. Because I open it, so I have to update for it to be considered by ArchiCAD for the sake of my layer combination. So for me to be able to see this tool each and every time I open my this layer combination, I have to update. Once I click update, automatically it becomes updated, meaning that the hidden button will still open each and every time I use this layer combination. Each and every time I want to work on this layer combination, the hidden button will always be open. Check this out. If I click on the upper layer combination, this one, if I click on it, you will see that this hidden button will be closed. Let's click on it. Once I click on it, check what happened to the hidden layer. You see, the hidden layer, it's now locked. It's closed. Not locked, but closed, right? Because lock is here. This is closed. When I go back to the next layer combination, the one we just created, the hidden layer, it's open. You see? So that's how it works. That's how it works. So I don't need this layer combination. It doesn't want to do a lot of impact in our project. It's even, freaky. I'll delete it. There, the layer combination is gone. This is what you have to remember. If you mistakenly delete a layer combination, please don't click on OK. Don't validate your layer, your model view layer. Don't validate, because if you validate, once you've deleted a layer combination, everything that was on that layer will be gone. So every work that you've performed on that layer, everything that was attached on that layer combination that you've worked on, it will vanish. You will lose it. So you tell them, oh, okay, Jerry, you're talking a lot about layers, layer combination, but what is the difference between layer combinations and layers? The difference is this: if you have used Vectorwork, It's the same thing with vector work. There are layers and classes. Okay, I'll put it very simple. The layer combinations, they are what you call the where. The layers are the what. What do I mean by that? The layer combinations. Let's example say, let's take the same simple example. I have a floor, right? I have a floor that is made of tiles, and on that floor I place, a chair, a desk, a sofa. My floor, that floor that's that I created, it's the layer combination. The chair and all the desk and everything, those are the layers, meaning that the element that are on that layer combinations are called layers. The floor itself is the layer combination. So it's like a platform on which every element, including your walls, your tiles, your doors, sits on. And the good thing about ArchiCAD is that your windows are doors that they lay on your walls. So you want to have a window aside. Door, you can do it. You can delete your wall and keep your window there, but they are set on the wall. So your wall, it's like your layer combination. Your window or your door becomes your layer. That is the difference. So the layer combination is the where, and the layers are the what. So it's the same thing on vector work. Classes are the what, layers are the where. It's as simple as it is. So meaning that if you delete the where, which are the layer combinations, all your what, which meaning all your elements that are set on that layer, they will vanish. That's the way it is. So I want you to be aware of it as you will be working. So this is one of the important things as you're starting with ArchiCAD to understand and master as well. On the far right, you see it says shows all. Show all the layers, hide reference layers, filter by extension, so you can show all the layers. Yeah, I just click and drag, all the way. I select everything like this, and I can click on show all. If I click on show all, every layer that is closed will be open. It will be open because the thing is I don't need it. So what you can do, you can show all the layers. You can hide all the reference layers. Layers that I mean, if you import an object, in ArchiCAD, it comes with its respective layers, right? So you can hide those layers. You can show them, and as well you can use you can filter the extensions. So the other thing is there's another button after the show all, which is new. Once I click on it, I'm able to create a new layer here. Can I give it a name? Blah 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 blah, like this. No, I give it a name. I click OK. There is my layer. It's open. On which layer combination? There is no date specifically appointed. I haven't assigned any layer combination for it, but it's still open. Let's say okay, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna assign it on this layer, or on this layer, it's closed. So the way it was opened before any action from me, in choosing the appropriate layer, mean that the layer that ArchiCAD chose for me, because I didn't select any layer combination, the layer combination that ArchiCAD chose for me was a custom layer. It was a custom layer that ArchiCAD chose. That's why the layer that we are created was open. But once I choose a specific layer, you can see that it's closed. Right? You can see that this is closed. It's in normal open. So that's now each and every time you'll be working, you will get used to it. When we go a little bit down here, you can see it says select all. You can click here to select all your layer. All your layers. You can select all your layers this way. Okay, you can deselect all your layer. You can even unlock your layer, or you can lock your layer. You can show your layer, or you can hide your layer, or you can open it or close it. Same thing. That's how it is. So this is it. This is the second step after setting your stories. The layer combinations and your layers need to be set into place. So I've set everything already in place. Maybe we're gonna add up some, but not now. Yeah, I believe not now. Let's just click on cancel because everything is set already. It's already preset. So click on cancel because I've already approved any modification I had to make before. So the first thing now is to set your units. To set your units, it's very easy. You come here, you click on the options menu. Once clicking on option, you have over project preferences. There will be a pop-up, a right pop-up menu. You have over working units. You click on it. These are your units. This is how. There will be a pop-up menu, that will appear, which is called working unit. On this, you have the length unit, you have the decimal, you have the area unit, you have the, each type of unit has is decimal. You have the length, the area, volume, angle. You have the layout unit, the number with that unit. It's up to you to set them. And when you click on the arrow facing up and down button, to me, my unit that I've chosen for this project is the meter. I like working with the meter. It depends on the vastness of the project. It depends. So once I click on this right corner arrow here, I can choose between meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter, or Americans units. So there I here inch. It's up to you. It's up to you. If I'm working on an American project, I'm gonna use feet, but I'm working on a ISO project. So where I'm based, the project for the builders, they muchly understand ISO, units, meaning like metric unit easily compared to American units. So that's why I used meter. I should have used millimeters, but millimeters in architecture, I don't use millimeters in architecture. Minimum is centimeters and meters. Those are the two units that I use. Why? Because millimeter very small. I only use millimeters if I'm working on a mechanical design project or a wood, even wood working. Sometime it's a really difficult for me to use millimeters, mostly centimeters. But on a mechanical work, I use millimeters, not greater than millimeters, not greater than that, not even centimeters. I stick with millimeters, but because it's an architectural project, and the scale of it, and people that are going to do the job, I think of all those things before taking a decision. That's why I'm using meter. So I'm using a meter. My area is going to be square meter. You can change square centimeters, and give the number of decimal, but I'll stick with the meter, stick with the meter, the volume. So you can change anything here present on this dialog box, right? Yeah, you can change it based on what you want. It's specific to the designer. So I'm just gonna click cancel. So after doing this, so we started with the stories. We went through how do you call it? We checked the stories. We checked the layers. We checked the units. And the other thing now you have to check, depending how your project is, without going any further, it is your composition. I mean, your building element composition, your wall composition. So these two buttons here, the building material and your composition. So, or let's call it composites, composite element. So the first thing, usually what I do, I check the composite element first. I check my composite first. Based on the project, it depends, based on your project, which type of material you're going to use for this, because this is the first time for me to work on ArchiCAD using Mac. So there came the way it was preset with the initial configuration of the software. So these are the elements that were there. They were preset, when the software, was created. I didn't touch anything here. I didn't change anything here. So we're gonna change it, you and I. So I'm just gonna show you first, then we're gonna come back, then we will do the modifications. So all these were already preset. I didn't touch anything here. So the way it works is pretty easy. Okay, either you create a new one, a new composite based on you, or you can duplicate. Either you duplicate it or you create a new. If you want to click on new, you will see that this box will be gray out. When I click on new, it becomes gray, so it's no longer activated. But if I go to duplicate, it becomes activated, which means what do you want to duplicate? Based on what is your reference material? Where are you basing your new material for its creation? So if I click, if I tick, if I activate or I tick duplicate, meaning that I will be duplicating based on this material, that material, this one, or that one. Let's say for instance, I'll take the Android block double plastered. I click on it. So I'll say, okay, I'm duplicating this new material based on this material. Okay, let's say now ArchiCAD says, okay, ArchiCAD understands that it's a copy of this material that I'm creating. So he puts the word copy at the end. So once I validate OK, so I'm gonna have the same material as a duplicate, meaning that I'm gonna have it twice, right? So the thing is, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna come back here. I just wanted to give you a heads up what you can do with it. When I click on cancel, you can rename it your material. You can delete your material. You can insert a new skin or remove a skin of your material. Let's say for instance, this is a timber floor, right? I will say no, I don't need a timber floor. I'll click on remove skin. That skin is gone. You can insert a skin. So once I click on, let's say for instance, I click on concrete here and I click on insert skin. See what's gonna happen? It's gonna create a copy of the material. It's gonna create a copy of the material unless I set a new one material with different skins, then it will go that way. But if I click on a material and I click on insert skin, it's gonna create a copy of the skin that I've chosen, and from that skin, the copy that I've created, I come on this arrow that points on your left. Once I click on it, I can choose a new skin of material. It's up to you to choose. A lot of them, they are all preset. They come with the software, so it's up to you to choose which skin you are going to give it. As you can see here, there are plenty of skins here. So these are skins. They are skins. They are building material tab. So meaning that this is what you have to understand. For you to choose an appropriate skin here for your composite, it might be, your slab composite right here, your wall composite, let's say your roof or your shell, you must set the right building material for it. Let's say if my roof is made of, sheet, aluminum sheet, those kind of sheet, I don't like them. I rather use tiles. You have to make sure that there are tiles, roofing tiles, roofing floor, roofing wall, let's say tile floor, the tile wall, are there tile roof here? Let's check if they are. They must be. They must. They come along. I remember. They must be. There is tile roof. So you have to make sure that in your building material, you have tile roof. Otherwise, it's not going to work. On the other hand, the meaning of it is that you have to first set your building material. before coming to your composites. It's vice versa. The good part of it, because ArchiCAD has already preset, a specific composites elements. It's just up to you. You can just tweak them, copy, duplicate the way I showed you, or you more specific and vivid. You want something done there, right there, and then you can just go to to building material and create a new type of material, which what we're gonna do. So we're gonna come back here later. I'll continue explaining, but I'll click on cancel first. Cancel it. Let's go to building material. Click on building material. This is the building material interface. This is the building material dialog box. So these are the all preset building material that came along in ArchiCAD. You can see here on the bottom, on the bottom here, there is the new button and the delete button, roughly closer to the layer, right? Yeah, but this time there is no update, sorry. So these are the only new and delete. So what you can do here, so right at the bottom here, you have the new button and the delete button. So meaning that you can create a new building material. You can duplicate it. You can duplicate an existing one. It gives me a space because I clicked on the space. That's why. So the building material that I clicked when I open this dialog box was the space. That's what it's giving me. It asked me, do you want to duplicate the space? I would say no. I want to create a new one. Click on new, and I can give it a name based on what I want. I can say let's call it data. Let's say data material. As simple as it is, data material. Then I click oh, okay. Here is my data material. So my data material is this is the list of materials. You will see that on your right side, this is where the game changes. Now this is where you set the appropriate material to your building material you just created. Let's say data it's a material. So I come here I have the name. I can change the name right here. I can say Frankie. Right now Frankie becomes my material. You see, if you change the name here, it changes there. Let's go back to data. Data changes automatically. So what do we have? You have the structure and appearance of your material, meaning that you fill. You can tweak it. You can make it transparent. You can make it a solid fill. You can give it a base. You can use it as a simple background window. You can give it a color. It's up to you how data you want the data to appear each and every time you use it as a composite, as a material. It's up to you. So let's remain, because it's a fill, let's remain with a transparent, because we want the fill to show, not a color or not a representation. No, we want the fill to show. So we want these lines, these vectors, fills to show, because if you set a color here, there will be a color that will show each and every time we're going to use that material. But we need it. We were making it transparent so that these black lines, the representation, these symbols to appear. That's why it was made here transparent. So as you see here, we have a lot of fields. We have wood, we have triangle grid. We have a lot of fields here. Okay, let's say for data, I'm gonna go for, let's say, packet 01. Okay, I will click on packet 01. Click there. So this is my field for this building material. You see that the image, the packet image, it's automatically assigned to my field here on data's name. You see, these are the fields. You see, these are the fields, and these are the representation. This is the color representation of your field, and this is your field. So this is, it's kind of not your line type, you know, when on your fill. So this is the line type color, and this is your fill. So this is it. So it depends. Now once you've set up your fill, you go a little bit down. There's a fill orientation. Your fill can be set as a project origin right here, as you see, or as an element origin, or a fit to skin. It's up to you. You want to set it. Do you want to set it as an origin, you know, onto the element that you are creating, or you want to set it as an element origin? So meaning that, you know, it will take the shape of your element based on your element. That's the shape it's gonna take. The origin of your fill will be impacted by the origin of your element. So where you start the element and where you finish, that's, you know, that's what your fill will follow. Or you want to generalize it to take the whole space of your element. That's why you choose the project origin. But if you want to specify it, then you can use it as an element origin, or a fit skin. Or is it just a skin that you want to fit on a specific element? So it doesn't matter how wide that element is. So there's a portion of that element specifically you want to fit your building material, then you choose fit to skin. Otherwise, if you wanted to spray, you know, at the same rate, you know, equally, you want to spray equally, I would rather ask you to choose project origin. Leave it there. Then comes the fill orientation. So it says here, note, fill orientation is only available for composite and complex profiles. So meaning that this fill, you know, this fill, the fill orientation, it's mainly used for composites. Meaning that, you know, you have different skin layers, or you have a complex profile. We're going to talk about the complex profile because I think in one of my videos I spoke about the complex profile, but I went a little bit through it to help you, because I remember I was working on a project that I wanted people to know about the complex profile. But through this project, I might use it for the fisher board and the gutters. You'll be aware of it and how to use it. So you can choose, you know, instead of you saying, you know what, I'm gonna use this packet 01 fill, but I need you know, a material, you know, attached to that fill. You can choose a material here. It's up to you. You can choose, you know, the appearance of it, you know, on your interface or your 3D view will be the material that you are choosing right now. On the floor, you will be having this fill, but on the 3D, this material will appear. It's going to be, you know, the same that you're gonna set on your composites. So, and I'm going a little bit down. You have here intersection priority. So on this, okay, you have a weak side and a strong side. Okay, I'm gonna speak about this when we will be working. I will come back on this, why there's a weak here, why there's a strong here. Just to give it a little bit of a heads up, let's say here you will see here, it says here priority, right? And if I click on S space, you see that things, you know, I mean, you know, the windows, you know, the window configuration changes a little bit on the right side, right? Now we're having it was all gray out. Now we're having a blue. That symbolizes the strength of this material. Okay, so the priority of this material is 560. If I go down to aluminum, I click, the priorities of aluminum is 940. If I scroll down to the last element, this one, let's say water, the priority of the water is 110. So what do I mean here? It's when, let's say you are doing the modeling, right? You are doing the modeling once you are busy, you know, starting to to model, that let's say space, you're modeling it, and then let's take example of building material type like wall. You are drawing the four corners of your walls, and the thing is, and you decide to say, what, I need a fifth wall in the middle that separates the the box into two compartment. And you decide to say, what, this fifth wall, I want it to be made of different types of material. Let's say the main one was made of bricks and plasters. The one you're placing in the middle, it's made of, let's say, polywood, made of polywoods, and wall frame, right? It's made of wall frame and a polywood. What's gonna happen is that I will show you that, but maybe not today, but in days to come. What's gonna happen is that the polyboard wall, with the frames, centered in the middle of it, will tend to cut or retract from the main walls. So meaning that it will tend to penetrate or to refrain in an ugly way from the main walls. So for you to, what is that? So it's because of the priority. It's because of this strong and weak. For you to solve that issue, you have to play with the priority of your different material, of the priorities of your building materials for both the main walls and the partition wall. So you have to know how to set them so that the framing wall will not go through your wall. It will stop right there at the face of your wall, either interior face or external face. It's not gonna penetrate or cut your wall through. So for you to be able to have a clean junction between different types of building elements, you need to understand how priorities function, how this, it even says intersection priority. So meaning that it only works where different building material types intersect, because when they intersect, they tend to go through each other. So for you to have a clean and limpid, a transparent, description or appearance of your material on the floor plan or your 3D view, you have to know how priorities work. You have to set your priorities correctly. So that's how it works. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna show you how it works, but for today, we're not gonna touch it. So the other things that you can set, your classifications, your IDs. So there's a lot of parameters. This is classification and properties. There are properties you have to set. Their classification you have to set based on your material. You can do it or not. It's up to you how far you're gonna go. You wanna go with the software. So let's click on cancel. So after doing this, setting up your building materials, setting up your composites element, after after understanding these small things, these primer tools or sub menus and menus to understand these things, or building element type, you can now, the next thing to understand is coming here on the tool bar, coming on your toolbar, right here, coming on your toolbar, understanding how this toolbar function. So if I click on design gives you can customize it. You can, let me drag it here in the middle right here. You can see that it says toolbox, right? Yeah, you have your toolbox here. This one came with ArchiCAD. It was preset, because if you remember, when I use when I work using ArchiCAD on my window, my toolbox is really different compared to this one. So that's one I customize it. So you have this. So on your toolbar, you have the design menu, you have the viewpoint menu, and you have the document menu. So I think the other menus down there, probably. Let me see. Not really. So There are three of them, but you can expand them. I'm not going to show you today because we just started. In days to come, just stick around. You're going to know about all those things. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'm going to tell you everything. Then you'll be able to do the rest yourself. This is the toolbox, right? We have the arrow here. It takes different shapes. It's up to you. You can use it for your morph. We're gonna talk about morph. Don't worry about it. And you can use it for literally normal element tab. So let's click on design here. For on your design menu here, I mean your design tab, no, because this is a tab. It's a tab. You have building element tab here. So this is your tab. On this tab or on your design tab, you have walls. So if I click on this, right arrow button, I think there will be a sub menu there. Click on it. Yeah, once you click on it, it brings forth the wall information bar. So this is the wall information bar. Once you click on wall, there will be this bar that will appear. This bar is called the information bar. For each element tab, even if I go to column, that bar will be there. Each and every element, once I click on it, this bar will appear, will be there, will remain, because I'm activating a tool. ArchiCAD is already thinking ahead. We said no. As you've activated this tool, mean that you are ready to edit something, or you are ready to cause some change, or to react to something that you did wrong. So these are you have the wall, you have the column, you have the beam, slab, roof, shell, stair, railing, curtain, wall, door, window, skylight, opening. So all these are your tools. This is the morph that I was talking about. Don't worry about that. We're gonna go through it. You have the lamp. You have this equipment. I think I took it a little bit because the equipment here I don't really remember. This can't be here. I did something on this. That's why it's looking like this. But basically, this is how it will be set. So let's close the design. Let's open viewpoint. On the viewpoint, you have section, elevation, interior elevation, detail, worksheet, camera. So once I close the viewpoint, on your documents, these are your documents. You have the dimension. You can expand it, but because my screen is not that wide enough, that's why I just set it like this, as small. Because I know already, I'm already acquainted to all of these, tools. I'm already acquainted to them. I know them by heart. But if you don't know, you can expand them. You can expand like this to see the name. You can expand it by dragging, by dragging your toolbox left side like this, dragging on the right to expand, and you'll be able to read and understand that this symbol tool stands for this, like this. Because I know it already, no need to have a scrolling bar here. No need for this. I don't need this. I don't want to know the names because I know them by heart already. I've been using them for 5 years now, so I know which ones this or that one stands for, this or that. I know it already, so I keep them like this. So this is what you have to understand to start ArchiCAD. There are a lot more than this. This was just a heads up to help you understand, to help you have an idea of what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna fly pretty quick. So I'm working on a lot of projects right now. I just wanted you to know about these things. So what's we're gonna do next? I will just gonna give you a glance on this side of the project map and the view map. So this tab here, this menu, you can even detach it. You can detach it. You can drag it like this. The navigator, the menu here, you can detach it. So the thing is, on your navigator tab here, the navigator tab, you have buttons, sub menus attached to it. You have the view map. You have the project map first. you have the view map, you have the layer book, and you have the publisher sets. So this is where you publish any of your drawings. This is where you set them on papers. This is where you specifically classify them based on the look you desire from your layout, and this is where you establish them, through work and modification. So it's made of a lot of things. Stories, sections, elevations. I haven't set any sections. That's why you see that there's no arrow here, meaning that there's no sub element into the sections. So, or there are sub elements for stories. You can see here the sub elements for the elevations, But interior, whatever doesn't have an arrow pointed on the right to it, mean that there is nothing attached to that. So for the 3D, you can see the generic perspective and the isometric view. So you can do a lot of things with it. So if I go to schedule, you can set your views, your details. If I click on schedule here and then I go to elements, I've already set a schedule, for this project. They are all here. Now, I'm not going to use all of them because the project is very small. Yeah, the project is very small. I'm not going to use all these schedules. They're kind of huge. They're kind of lot. So what you do to open it in another way, you just right click here and say, you can just right click on schedules and say schedule settings. Once you click at there, it's going to take you, it's going to open the schedule, window. So here is the schedule window. So I'm gonna tell you how to do all these things, how to set them, the way they are, how to go even furthermore and extending it for you to be able to get your design sheet that are so compelling to your clients. It helps you do your job pretty quick and fast enough. You can export, here you can import, you can create a new schedule, you can delete. These are where this space is where you set up your criteria, your element, here you set your fields. So I'm explaining all these things, but for the moment we just started. Let's keep things at their position, limpid and easy to understand. So okay, now as we have said this, there's something I don't like here. I don't want you to cut through. I want you to stop here. Oh, it's cutting through, no problem, because we are on a mark, right? So let's be there. So now we're gonna start. Okay, did I forget anything here? Yeah, there will be a little bit of modifications that we're gonna go through. Our eyes will be working. I will keep on explaining to you step by step. I'll keep on explaining to you how to add tools. You can customize your toolbox. You can customize your design. You can customize anything here. There's more to learn. That's what I'm explaining right now. So the other thing is you can change change your surface, the color of your material. You can customize it. You can come up with other colors. You can do a lot of things. And the other thing, the better shortcut is on the bottom here. Instead of you clicking on Command L, to open your layers, you can just come here on this arrow here. You click here, you have your layers. Yeah, there will be the entire, I will explain you all this. You have your pen, you have your model view here, you have your model view, and you have your graphic overrides. You can even import them. You can do a lot of things with it. I will explain all these things as we will go along. So for today, I'm gonna stop here. Next time we will start with our composite, because if I click on building material, I think there are already bricks here, so that are presets. There are bricks that are already preset, but they are not blocks. So we are going to create blocks. We're going to create the blocks here because I'm going to use blocks and bricks at the same time. So they're concrete blocks. Yeah, the concrete blocks here. These are fillers but I just need, okay, they are concrete blocks. But I need a cement block. Yeah, and I need a cement block. Just a cement. Okay, we will see. We will see how it goes. But next time we're gonna set our uh, composites. We're gonna set our composites. Based on the project. We're gonna set our material type. We're gonna set our building material type, and then we're gonna check with Control L or Command L on the Mac, Control L on the Windows. We're gonna check if each and element, each and every layer that we need for this project, it's here. Then after setting all those two things, we will be able to start now modeling. So next time we'll start our modeling. Next time, indeed, we'll start our modeling. So thank you, for your time and attention. Thank you for sticking with me from start to finish. Thank you for allowing me, to bring you to through your boost, to be able to bring you this second part. I mean, this second episode, from the successive upcoming episode. Then there will be more for this project. I'm gonna take you through every single project that I've worked on or I'm still working on in 2023. All of them before January. All the projects I've worked from January to December. All those projects, I'm gonna take you through all those projects one by one for you and explain to you different tools and so thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging on until the end. It's a pleasure. It's my duty, it's my purpose. It's what I've taken up upon myself, to help people do great and good job. It's help us to be more promotive in our daily basic work. So see you next time, guys. Cheers. Be safe.